Now let's turn our attention to international efforts on Nigeria's development. The United Nations is appealing for $306 million to mitigate the impact of food insecurity and malnutrition in Borno, Adamawa and Yobe states. The UN says the need for this funding is urgent and time-bound in order to mitigate starvation, negative coping mechanisms such as child labor and increased prostitution. Will Thomas has the details.
This is the launch of the lean season food security and nutrition crisis multi-sector plan.
Not only the donor, but the UN partner, the NGO.
The aim of this launch is to appeal to development partners and the international community to support the government in providing food to the very vulnerable people impacted by crises and issues of climate change.
As we speak, we have over 5.9 million children under 5 facing acute malnutrition, out of which 1.6 million are severely and acutely malnourished.
As the rainy season is fast approaching, I want to enjoin relevant stakeholders and the public to take adequate precautionary measures to mitigate the possible impact of flooding as well, which may adversely impact on the agricultural sector, thereby compounding food insecurity in the country.
Statistics has shown that acute malnutrition rates are expected to rise, with an estimated 4.8 million people being at risk of severe hunger during this year's Lent season. And as we know, this group of people are about 14 times more likely to die.
UN OCHA country representative says the target is to reach 2.8 million people with food, about 1 million people with nutrition, and 1.8 million people to be provided with protection. In his presentation, Mr. Trump says UN achieved food provision for 3.2 million people against the 2.6 million people that were the target for 2023.
We also need to look at the long term, interventions from government and development partners to scale up efforts for the restoration of basic services as well as livelihoods, particularly agricultural livelihoods, so that this may be the last year that we do a lean season.
Now, we feel the key solution, FAO and World Food Program working in the agriculture-related sector of the United Nations, is to get people back on their farms. Production, self-reliance through their own produce. But that's going to take some time.
The three northeast states of Borno, Adamawa and Yobe also assured of commitment to ending food insecurity by ensuring more farmers are able to return to food production. Will Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.